Hey. Every year.
Yo, this is your boy Charlie Mack on some 2K25 career and city games. I'm probably gonna post. Not really good with the city games, but career games I'm definitely good at. Anybody really good at the career games. I do not own the rights to any of the music playing, so try and sue me. I ain't got shit.
And they know they can do better. This team has talent, and they'll try to bring it together and get things back on track with a win. Boom. Spurs coming up on 2K Sports.
Yo, this the homie Smokey. It's my cat Smokey. Say hi, Smokey.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Mitchell Robinson.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively, and that's something that needs to change.
And the starting group for the Spurs, they've got Stevenson, and Benyamin's out there with Jackson. Then it's Castle, and it's Hardy at the point. And for the Bulls, they've got Dosunmu. Miles Bridges is out there with Bruce Ellis. Then it's the chosen one, and it's Vucevic in at the center, filling out the middle. And the Spurs start out with the ball. And both teams here love to get out and run the floor.
Oh, yeah, this pace is going to be incredible. Our heads will literally be on swivel tonight, Kevin, and we're going to see a lot of plays in transition and maybe a lot of turnovers as well.
Come on, bruh.
The fans at the Bulls games are in very good company because Don C is in the crowd. In fact, guys, I'm wearing some of his stuff tonight. How you like the drip?
One of Chicago's premier streetwear designers, from shoes to hats. His styles have definitely made a mark on the league. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Bridges finds Matt. Puts up a three. Sinks the triple. And we have to mention, Greg, the utter dominance MV has shown recently. Right? A huge scoring night for him on insane efficiency. The numbers, you can't even believe what you're reading.
You just don't see stat lines like the one that MP had very often. Kevin, it looked like he had a cheat code on the way. He was making everything from the floor. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Stevenson outside. Paxson outside. Here's Hardy. To answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Bridges. And he can't jam it through.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
First free throw is good. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Hang on 1 second.
Now, he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Spurs working the ball around now. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Mack. Wembanyama, no good. Chicago has gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range.
Oh, fuck.
No luck. For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama barely even has to elevate when he throws it down.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan, who wants to make sure to get things straightened out with his team. Bulls trail by 4. They're about 3 minutes into this first quarter, and the shot goes down.
And he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Castle. After the made shot from Matt, got a piece of it. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will return possession.
And I'm hoping now to see some numbers for Wembanyama. First in blocks. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. Here he goes. Hardy passes to Paxson. Here's Castle. And here's Hardy. Back to Paxson. Over Mack. Buzelis grabs the board. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Lakers. Out to Bridges. Pass to Buzelis. Now Mack lets the 3 fly. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Hardy, no good.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there. Trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Not only a jump shooter, but he's also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Pass to Castle. Paxson outside. That one's off. Still out of sync. Bulls leading by 3. And their offense is really cooking.
Come on.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Hardy. And that one's good. Hardy.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Hardy. Off target with his 3. Chicago's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. Stolen by Stevenson. Wembanyama looking it over. Puts up a 3. And Stevenson, the bucket on the assist by Wembanyama. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities on turnovers.
Well, some of argue that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
Kevin, I can see where this comes from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Here's Paxson after the Bulls pick up 2. Wembanyama outside. 5 to shoot. Pass to Hardy. Offline with his 3. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 14-6 run. Took him no time at all on that one. 14 points for the chosen one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Castle. Now here's Hardy. Drains the 3-point. Hardy's got 14 points for the game.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Pass to Buzelis. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Knocked away. It's stolen by Matt. And here's Dosunmu. Good, and a nice assist from Matt. Matt's got his 4th assist in this one.
See the action, others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Out to the wing from downtown. Matt, no luck. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Hardy. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Come on, man. All right.
Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I'll tell you another thing. Your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
Chicago making a switch here. Daniels has checked in. Spurs also with the sub. Mark Williams has checked in for Victor Wembanyama. So he gets them both. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around. Multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Just doing the job on the back end. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And San Antonio has possession after the Bulls picking up a basket just moments ago. And it's out of bounds as Bulls able to retain possession here. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. A big block there in this close game.
So for the Bulls, Luke Cornett comes in for
Okay.
Vucevic, and Middleton subbed in for Dosunmu.
Hey.
Here's Buckner. 9 points last game. Williams has a screen for Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Chicago leading by 4. Daniels dishes to Middleton. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Yeah, Middleton is a talented scorer from anywhere on the floor. Goes to the paint and does his thing.
Vassell outside. Pass to Buckner. In the corner, Harden. Off target from three-point
Stop.
range. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
To the paint, here's Hardy. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hardy's got 21.
Good decision there by Vassell in the two-man game.
Here's Brucelis. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Andrews. What's the latest, David?
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against the Lakers was tremendous. He scored 63 points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. An amazing performance. Probably won't see a night like that anytime soon. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And Kevin, different scenarios call for a different method. I'm sure they'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Now, Vassell, after Bruce Middleton missed from long range, and the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2.
Get him, MP. Your time.
Spurs trail by 10. Vucevic is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Dosunmu. Then it's Daniel. And it's Matt in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now, here's Vassell. Nothing on the board.
Well, the defense has to do a better job at pushing Vassell off that spot outside.
Let's it go with the 3. Matt, no luck.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without a foul.
Here's Castle. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Back to Paxson. From outside, off the mark. Wembanyama. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Now just a 5-point Bulls lead. And Vucevic gets the man. And the 3 off target.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Pass to Wembanyama. For Middleton. Wembanyama, no good.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the ring. Dozumu's got 11.
And it really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness. And it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Now here's Middleton. He has 5. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Vucevic is screen on Paxson. Dosunmu hits the 3-point bomb. And it's a 10-point Bulls lead. Let's look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Well, the coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for him. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
No luck.
And after that great first quarter from 3-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Matt. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And it's Dosunmu with the
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it to this one.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
Now here's Williams. Still yet to score. Hansel. Hooked away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last Thursday ball. And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with good shots to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Bridges comes in for Chris Middleton. And Buzelis subbed in for Dyson Daniels. Now, here's Hardy. 23 points in the game. Pass to Paxson. San Antonio again missing. Bulls leading by 12. One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Now Stevenson. After the miss three from Matt. And here's Hardy. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist
Come on, people.
And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at Castle. He's on the cusp of the top 10 in the Western Conference voting.
So still a long way away from being named a starter, but the fans aren't overlooking what he's been doing this season.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. Now, here's Stevenson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
So in Chicago now, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. No luck.
Yeah, and that three-point shot really has looked off here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Throws it from outside.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest that play.
Bridges finds Matt. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And here's Mack now. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Now, here's Hardy. And he has 28 points for the game. Here's Castle. Defended by Dosimu. Picked by Williams. 6 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Launches from deep. Hardy, no good. Chicago leading. Back with the ball. This game, an incredible scoring display for him.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And Billy Donovan decides to call a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Here's a look at numbers for him. His last 10 games over 2.5 steals and 7 assists. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
Yeah, when you have a defender like him out there, it makes a difference. You can't play fast and loose when he's on the court. You have to take care of the ball.
And with that 3 ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by the Spurs.
Pick by Williams. Here's Hardy. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer off. Bulls leading by 3. And now the latest from our reporter, Dave Baldwin.
Hey, why you?
Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
You know, King, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know,
You're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Here's Mack. Jackson pulls it in. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Now Mack. 22 points for him. And it's off from three-point range. Now here's Hardy. Team right on him. Holds it up for Williams. Jackson outside. Is a 3. Chicago grabs the miss. They held a 12-point lead early. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there. And I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Brings it from beyond the arc.
Matching baskets from the perimeter and earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Stevenson. Tight defense on him. Pass to Castle. Williams with the ball. Here's Castle. Fires the 3. Bridges with the ball. Bridges got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Mack. And a close game so far to the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Bulls. They're up by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Thanks for being with us. First off, how about we start with an update? on the All-Star voting.
Well, these are very early returns, but even so, you can see who the fans are excited to see play.
A lot of these guys.
And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys a lead.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half of the game. It's been fairly even so far. The Bulls shooting off around 51% with getting to blitz. On the floor for San Antonio. They got Paxson. Castle is out there with Hardy. Then it's Stevenson. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. Here's Castle. That blocks. Nice speed that time from Wembanyama.
Wembanyama knows better than to just hold the ball. He searches and finds an open guy.
Here's Harden. Pass to Paxson. Over Matt. Bank shot. No good. Vucevic trying to get open. Matt, no luck. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition tip foul. For San Antonio, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
San Antonio leading. Pass to Castle. Down low. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, too easy for Wembanyama.
Well, how do you stop Wembanyama in the paint? His size and touch make it so simple.
All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keeping as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against the guy that good.
Now Paxson. After the miss-lead from Matt, and he makes that one.
And this has been a great
Oh my God, bro.
to the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. You look at San Antonio, a season filled with ups and downs, 10th right now in the conference.
And right now for San Antonio,
They had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Wembanyama passes to Hardy. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Matt. Tough to finish it off. Beauty.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
Here's Harden. The Bulls getting the bucket. Paxson passes to Stevenson. Spurs working the ball around now. And that one's good. Hardy.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Buzelis. Off target from outside. Spurs leading by 4. Here's Castle. He's got 11. Paxson outside. It's tipped. Here's Bridges. Slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
The Spurs have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% on the field. Raz to Castle. Inside. Stand of all the different styles of offense in this NBA. The toughest to defend. Toughest. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
This is the time.
The previous play is under review.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving.
Bullshit.
And how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's see. No, thank you. Daniel. Spurs trail by 16. Daniels out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's the chosen one. Then it's Williams. And it's White in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Daniels. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Williams.
Well, Daniels has a good length. So this close in, he can use that to his advantage.
And here is Fox. Outside Williams. Back to Fox. Pass to Hardy. No one near him. Rebound by Williams.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Vassell outside. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
And just feeding the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
So Mack will bring it up for Chicago. Pass to White. Now Daniels. Here's Mack. No good from outside. Spurs trail by 16. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That's his 5th foul.
That's 5, man.
Called here by Billy Donovan. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Now here's Hardy. He's covered by Matt. Hardy, no good.
Now, he hasn't been great this quarter, but coaches need to try to figure out a way to get him going.
And again, Chicago, no good. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Stevenson passes to Baxter. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 6 assists in the game.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Launches it from deep. Doesn't go for it. Spurs trail by 15. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. It's in for him. He's fouled out of the game. And he has it.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
And so Chicago takes this one.
I'm tired.
Boy, they really put been a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Way to bring the effort tonight. At least you get some extra rest tonight. Throw them buffs on MP. We're in the D. In the house.
Hey, should we pick up something for dinner?
Yeah.
Look out there, MP.
It's almost game time, MP. You ready?
Whew. They in for a long night, Coach. I'm already in the zone.
Don't let that distract you from the bigger picture.
Everything I do is about winning championships, Coach. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about championships. I'm talking about your teammates. To achieve your goal for us to become a truly dominant offensive machine, you got to trust. And not just talk about it or think about it, you have to live it. Share the ball. Run the plays. Trust the scheme. That's the only way to get where you want to go.
I got you, Coach.
These are the games you have to win to be taken seriously.
and preparing for battle. Each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Thanks for joining 2K Sports for NBA action this Sunday afternoon. I'm Brian Anderson at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. All right, a chance to check out stats for Ausar Thompson.
And during the last 5 games, he's been a force on the boards. Really throwing his body at rebounds and trying to grab as many as he can. And that kind of effort has been noticed by his coaches and teammates.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. Booz out there with Miles Bridges. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Mack in at the point guard position. And for Detroit, Holland out there with Thompson. Then there's Cunningham. And it's Houston in at the 2 spot. Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
OBA, absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Here we go. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. When good offense meets great defense, these are the games MP has set his sights on. He wants his team to play poised, avoid rushing, and play their brand of offensive basketball.
And when you talk to MP, he says they will continue winning games if they run their offense efficiently by doing things like moving the ball, setting screens, and just general communication with one another. He feels that if they accomplish this, even the best defensive teams in the league won't be able to contain them.
And now let's check in with Allie to see what she has on MP for us. Take it away, Allie.
Tonight is all about the offenses, and MP is key. Talking to him before the game, he said he knows he has to be efficient and not waste any possessions. Get ready for points tonight, guys.
Yeah, well, Allie, you know me. I'm always ready to see big scoring numbers. Back to Houston, and here's Thompson. Here's Holland. Here's Houston. Drops in the three.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Booz. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Thompson passes to Cunningham. And the three-pointer goes.
I like this attitude on this possession from Cage. Really confident getting into that J.
Here's Mack. Last game with 30. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Inside, Bridges. Deflected. And now Pistons in transition. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
As fearless as they come for a young player, Thompson going right at the defense.
And Brent, 2 of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Ausar and Amen Thompson.
Take a break.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Ausar came in a little less heralded than his brother, but he might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball. Hard to get young players to be energized by defense, but Ausar Thompson has come into the league with that kind of junkyard dog mentality.
Here's Holland. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Booz. In his last outing, 8 points for him. There's the triple. Thompson pulls it in. Detroit is going 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Cunningham passes to Thompson. This one for 3. Rebounded by Mack.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Mack. Bridges outside. Time to shoot. Dosunmu for three. The Bulls with another miss. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Now here's Jones. Holland for three. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. Chicago trailing here. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Mack. Back to Dosunmu. Let's go with a three. Drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Mack.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Lets it go from deep. Holland with a rebound. Well, Detroit shooting just 38% so far in this one. Pass to Thompson. Outside Jones. Here's Houston. He's covered by Dosunmu. Thompson outside. Here's Holland. Chicago with a rebound.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And here's Thompson. Really played well against Golden State in his last game. Pass to Holland. Takes a three. Gets it to go. Makes it 2 for 5. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah. 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Here's Mack. He's watched by Cunningham. Buries it from 3. Mack's got 6.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Cunningham passes to Jones. And there's a 3-second violation. And now a chance to see who's leading the NBA in steals. You look at Thompson, active hands. He's second in the NBA in steals.
And he's such a plus for his team. Those steal numbers scare opponents and lead to fast break buckets.
And the Pistons making a change here. Suggs is checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Daniels is checked in for Bridges. That's tipped. And stolen by Suggs. And now the Pistons in transition. And a slam dunk by Thompson.
Oh, that's great basketball. Denying them on one end while grabbing points on the other.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. And the three off target. On the wing, Suggs. Fires it. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Mack. 6 points for him. 3-pointer, Buzelis. It's rebounded by Houston.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling with this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Dosunmu picks one up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. Here's Mack. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and roll, anything they can do to get him started.
And for Chicago, they're shooting 33% in the first quarter. Pass to Buzelis. Stolen by Thompson.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
First personal foul. 13 foul.
On defense, the Bulls. Trailing by 2. Now here's Cunningham. 17 points in his last outing. Shot clock at 5. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Cade with a great job just surveying the defense that time, finds the open man.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, JB Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. And one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it. But they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out, it's back to the basics, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Sturdy play by Suggs. He doesn't let the hit mess with his shot, and he's going to the line.
And that one misses. The Bulls trail by 3. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
I must say the defensive intensity has been impressive so far. Really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
They really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out the score.
Just out of control. Already 3 fouls for him. He'll likely have to take a seat.
And this is his second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good.
And what I like about Suggs is that he does many things well, and that's because he plays with so much confidence.
Suggs hits them both. The Bulls trail by 3. Here's Mack. Let's give him 8 points now. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Chicago shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And the free throw, no good. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Pistons. Jones from outside. Ellis grabs the board. The Bulls shooting 41% from the field so far. Pass to Vucevic. Out to the right wing. Here's Mack. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. Cunningham outside. And here is Thompson. Shoots from 12. And off the front iron. And it goes. Thompson's got 5 now.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Pass to Vucevic. And stolen by Jones. Cunningham looking it over. Now here's Thompson. They set a pick. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Daniels. The 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. And it's all knotted up.
It's so important that Daniels keeps taking and making these shots. It'll increase his confidence.
Suggs with it. DeSumo picks him up. Suggs, no good.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Houston passes to Suggs. Ellis grabs the board. Suggs has gone just 1 for 4 so far. Here's Mack. He's got 10. Back to Sumu. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Chicago.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. I've seen those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who keeps things moving.
Jones, his shot is good.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants to review the game plan. A Big group substitution here for Detroit. Watson, he's checked in for Jones. Holland comes in for Thompson. Coffey, he's checked in for Houston. And it's Harper in for Cade Cunningham. Here's Harper. 17 points in his last outing. And while we have a second,
oh my God.
Rebounding numbers for Asar Thompson.
On the board, he's had a much bigger impact these last few years than he did before that. He can be relied on now to make a difference with his rebounding. And that's a product of how hard he's worked down low.
First one falls for him.
And they're just hacking away out there. I mean, it's costing them, too, at the free throw line.
Chicago making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. A minute 37 left in the first quarter here. Here's Mack. 10 points for him. From the arc. Coffey grabs the board.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pass to Harper. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Coming into this, having notched to win against San Antonio in their last game.
They were allowed to ramp up their offense as the defense they faced was barely present.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Now here's Suggs. He's coming off a 19-point game against Golden State.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's Middleton. The ball's knocked loose, and stolen by Suggs. To the paint. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Mack's shot is off. Well, the Pistons shooting right around 42% in the first. Pass to Watson. On the wing, Suggs. Back to Watson. And the layup is good off the glass.
They keep capturing the lead and giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Detroit on top. They lead by 2. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Detroit, what do you guys think?
Oh, what a first quarter. They love their willingness to make the extra pass.
There's so much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. We've got Dyson Daniels. Miles Bridges is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Mack in at the 1. Detroit leading by 5. Here's Holland. Suggs outside. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Middleton. And so Middleton will bring it up for Chicago. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. That'll be their second of 3 games total on this road trip. Tipped. Here's Coffey. 3-pointer off the mark. The Bulls trail by 5. Pass to Mack. Now Bridges. Suggs with it. Outside Watson from deep. Chicago with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Yeah, they destroyed this team on the glass in the last meeting.
Here's Mack. Offline with a 3.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. be eating at him just a bit.
And Harper gets it to go.
This story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Pass to Daniels. Now Bridges. 4-3. Harper pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Watson. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. And they'll get another chance. The three from Suggs. Sends it home from three-point land. And it's an 11-point Detroit lead.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Okay, obviously I'm tired of getting my ass kicked.
Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
But I bet you I'll win this game.
And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, B.A., dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, the chosen one in their last game against the Spurs was all business. He finished with 30 points, and he made a significant contribution from beyond the arc, as usual. As so often is the case, he made his presence felt throughout the evening. Brian?
Yeah, spot on, Allie. He was aggressive in that game. Really took initiative.
He really made an impact, and he'll be looking to repeat that kind of performance again tonight.
Every teammate in talking with them before the game says how much faith they have in him. They'll keep getting it to him.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And while we have a moment, let's see some of the contenders for this year's three-point contest. Some of the players who have a shot to make the final cut.
Hey, not a bad list of shooters at all. And really, with how many threes we see in NBA games these days, some of these games have become three-point contests.
He's currently up there in the voting at number 2. So clearly, no one is sleeping on his abilities as a lights-out three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's his long-range shooting that puts him on another level. Definitely a guy who belongs in this contest.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest.
Watson. He's off on that one. Bulls trail by 8. The three is up. Sinks it from distance. Max got 16 points.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Suggs surveys the deep. Drills it from deep. He's got 10.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like we're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shooter.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
He's been dropping them in from downtown since the tip. 3 triples in the first quarter, 2 more since.
Banks in the layup.
And I like the shot selection. Suggs recognizes when to look to score inside.
Middleton outside. Pass to Mack. From deep three-point range. Holland with a rebound. Holland's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's the 3. Chicago with a rebound.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
The chosen one, the pass to Daniels. Here's Mack. Shot clock at 6. Back to Daniels. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Well, that mid-range game usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Here's Harper. On target from range. And now it's a 10-point Detroit lead.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
The Pistons have gone 6 of 14 in the second quarter. covering. Here's Harper. No good on the three. Bulls trail by 10. And as Chris Middleton has gotten older, Brent, he's had to battle a number of injuries.
No doubt this is what happens to an aging player, and for Middleton, they seem to just be compounding. The tough thing for the squad that he plays with is just how reliable and important he's been in the biggest moments. So he gives them confidence. He needs to find it back in his own body.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. For Chicago, Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Williams. Buzelis comes in for Bridges. And Ayo Dosunmu subbed in for Daniels.
His fourth foul already, and we're not even at halftime.
Son of a bitch.
Likely to limit his minutes the rest of the way.
Chicago on D. 7-point differential. And we have a chance to take a look at the teams that are wreaking havoc with their defense this past month. The Pistons, third.
They've been playing great lockdown defense over the past month.
Break.
They close out on shooters extremely well and do not allow easy looks.
That free throw is good from Thompson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. The Bulls trail by 8. Here's Mack. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Mack's got 25 points.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Thompson outside. Pass to Houston for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds in the game.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
The Pistons lead by 5. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Yeah, Gasol is anywhere near the hoop. He's got one thing on his mind, and that is jams.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. And for Chicago, they're shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Kicks it out to Middleton. Out to the right wing. Here's Mack. Off target with the 3.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Smart. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Can't be overzealous guarding subs, because that's when you risk fouling.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in this game. The first free throw is good. Howard, he's checked in for Houston. Bridges, he's checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Middleton. Suggs hits them both. And Brent, you look at the greater parity around the league. One factor, rebuilding teams can't hoard cap space like they once did.
NBA so much tougher for teams to absorb these huge contracts in exchange for picks. So now you've got to use that cap space from day one, jump on the guys that you think are going to propel your team, and hope for the best.
Houston, he's checked in for the Pistons. Detroit leading by 9. Cunningham with the ball. Cunningham showing the deed, no mercy.
And how about Cade just pushing through that time to finish it off?
To the left side wing. Here's Mack. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
This is exactly who you want taking that shot. Just missed it.
And the shot goes down.
First quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
Here's Bridges. Oh, powered down with both hands.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he throws a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Out to the wing. Here's Mack. No good on the triple. Detroit shooting at about 44% so far. Back to Thompson. Jones with a screen on White. Here's Thompson. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight for him.
Here's Mack. Knocks down the long J. Mack's got 28.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Pass to Thompson. Down low. Cunningham making moves inside.
Give him credit. Improving in the second quarter. Just great adjustments.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in this decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level. Pass to Bridges. From downtown. The rebound by Detroit. Thompson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Holland. To the middle. Here's Jones. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Bulls trail by 10. Here's Mack. 30 points in the game. Screen by Bridges. The chosen one. The pass to Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Thompson pulls it in.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough. Keep going to him. See if he can find it.
The 3-ball, no problem for Cade. Here's Mack. 1:16 left to play in the first half. The 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Mack's got 33 points.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Yeah, that one's good. Cunningham.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. Be fun to see if they can keep it up.
Here's Bridges. Boy, it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. Bridges has got 7 points. The Pistons lead by 11. Pass to Holland. 43 seconds left to play in the half. Back to Cunningham. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Mack. And for Chicago, they're shooting just 37% from the field in the second quarter. Thompson with a steal. Here's Holland. He's covered by DeSumo. And that one's good. Cunningham.
His 3rd shot from downtown this quarter. 4 for the game.
Bridges passes to the chosen one. Shoots over Holland. The Pistons clear it.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Here's Mack. And that's not gonna go. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for Detroit. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
One thing about this contest, it's very hard to win. Everyone's a great shooter. It comes down to who's hot and who's clutch.
And most of these guys have shown they can do both of those things here in the regular season. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Pistons.
Their bench came in ready to play. As a starter, that gives you confidence when you have to come off the floor. Yeah, you know they know the second unit has their backs. Like I've got you guys.
Hard to find a better bodyguard than a 7-foot sheriff. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. The Pistons lead by 14. We've got Holland. He's out there with Asar Thompson. And it's Jones in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. And the Bulls shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. Dosunmu outside. From outside the arc. Hits the three-pointer. Dosunmu's got 12.
Just incredible. Really making it rain out there. Knocking them down one after another.
Like he's in his living room right now. He's found the comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Pass to Mack. Three-pointer. Detroit with a rebound. Thompson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Fires from deep. And it's Chicago with a board. Bridges has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Mack. Launches it. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Thompson. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Their interior D continues to look.
And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
And even with the
rule number 4 is confirmed.
Even after the video review,
what up?
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the
Nah, man, I'm playing 2K.
So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Teams that have looked to score from the paint often during this season. 5th, Detroit.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
Here's Mack. Oh, another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable. That's a tough walk back to the shot. I'm pretty sure he'd like to have a couple of those plays back.
Daniels is checked in 4th. It's a narrow victory for the Pistons, pulling it out to a W. This one was in the balance right until the final.